In today's video, I'm covering a whole day HR conference in just 15 minutes. Please watch till the end and share your thoughts by commenting on this video. And I'm participating in today's conference, 13th National HR Conference 2024, themed Human-Centric Leadership Beyond Technology, Beyond Organization. The conference team has managed an exciting lineup of speakers and a panelist, including Mr. Sarat Singh Bhandari, the Minister of Labour, Employment and Social Security, as a chief guest, Ms. Sumana Shrestha, a former MP and a Technology Ministry, and Dr. S.P. Kalaunee, Country Representative at BlinkNow Foundation and a Chairperson at AIN, as a national speaker. Mr. Prem Singh, a President of NHRDN and a Group HR at JK Organization India, is an international keynote speaker.
So that experience and what I learned then, what I have learned and seen being member of parliament and running an executive office, and the third is what are things we collectively need to do.
As a keynote speaker, Ms. Sumana Shrestha, a former MP and Technology Minister, focuses on her research outcome conducted to analyze employee retention in IT companies. She also has shared her thoughts on national curriculum and provided an insights on nurturing future talents in Nepal. Dr. S.P. Kalaunee from BlinkNow, and also a chairperson of AIN, has emphasized that the technology will never beat humans, their empathy and emotions.
Share a bit of a theoretical perspective and connect national and international. And then stop my presentation, and then we can interact. So first of all, thank you so much for this opportunity on behalf of Association of International NGOs in Nepal that have 112 member INGOs working in Nepal, and also my organization BlinkNow Foundation. I take this privilege, and because this is an HR conference, I'm aware of what probably I should not go much deeper into. But my one request though to the organizers is, if I may ask, can we dedicate this session of the conference to the HR professionals present here, and also the leaders who are human-centric or are aspiring to be so. If you agree, please give me hands. And I hope you understood that. You gave big hands for yourself, right? Yeah. So we're dedicating this session to you all, because you are the ones who are either practicing or aspiring to be the leaders who are human-centric. I don't think we need a lot of explanation of introducing what human-centered leadership is. But if we were to put the word in a few words to explain, that would be, it places people at the center, right? And that's why we're dedicating this session to you. Imagine a situation where we had this beautiful building, all the lights, all the equipments, microphone, everything set up, but none of us here. What would happen? What would happen? Nothing, right? Nothing can happen without human beings. And therefore, the researchers of organizational leadership and human resource say, in an organization, either there are human resources or everything else, meaning that human resource takes almost everything of the organization. There's nothing without human resources. So human-centered leadership places humans at the center, and all the systems and technology that we put in place, whether it is the microphones or the cell phones you're using, or the camera that we're using, or you're recording through your cell phones, all of these equipments are meant to help us, right? They're not the ends, they are the means. But at times, when the technology is evolving in such a fast pace, it is easy to get confused with the situation whether the technology is the end. But it is not, right? We need to remember that. And there is empathy and authenticity in human-centric leadership, where we are able to understand the feelings and situations of other human beings, other people, and we can be genuine. And goals are supposed to be for human well-being. Your personal goals, our organizational goals, our national goals, they are targeted, they are set to achieve human well-being. So how do we assess human centrism? Well, when we use this terminology, we also need to be careful, right? When we talk about centrism, have you heard the terminology ethnocentrism? What is centrism? So you're centering everything, right? So when you are ethnocentric, you feel like my culture is the best and other cultures may not be as good, right? And you may easily get into a situation where you start feeling like I'm the best, and then there may be a sense of discrimination starting probably, right? So when we talk about human-centric, there's also this danger of keeping humans at the center and not caring for anything else. That's what we're not saying. We're saying that we care for the universe, but human beings are at the center of all our design. So there are two ways to look at human-centric approach. In the organization, you see those reflected in your documents, in your mission, vision, values, right? In all of your organizational values. But more importantly, they are reflected in the perception of the team that you're working with. If you're in an organizational setup, you may have laid out beautiful values of the organization.
Dr. Kalaunee shared that HR must be in the center of the design, and the human-centric can be assessed in the documents inside the organization. That is in the mission, vision, values paper, and in outside through team's perception. Ms. Srivya Giri, founder and MD at Happy Minds, was leading a session on mindfulness and wellness. She was emphasizing the importance of mental health in the workplace.
The personal कुरा हो, office ma kina गर्ने, an adult should be responsible for their own well-being. Yes, the workplace ma kina कुरा गर्ने. म चाहिँ किन इन्भेस्ट गर्ने त? स्कुलले इन्भेस्ट गरेन, उनीहरुको बाउआमाले इन्भेस्ट गरेन, म एज अ कम्पनी म तर हामीले मेन्टल हेल्थ एक्सेसिबल गर्नको लागि इफ यु लुक आफ्टर द प्रब्लम भयो त यस फाइनान्शियल प्रब्लम हुन्छ अघि भने जस्तै 1 घण्टा टाइम नै छैन पनि हुन्छ. But if you look after solutions, there are so many solutions.
In the international keynote session, Mr. Prem Singh, president of NHRDN and a Group HR at JK organization, Delhi, has delivered an insightful session at the conference.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. That's better. So friends, when the gentleman, the young man was just trying to set up the mic, and instead of setting it up on me, he was setting up on another person, sort of wrong target. So that reminded me of a small joke, a real story, which happened with a young lady a couple of years ago. He got started with a conversation with this young lady, and he said, well, can I ask you a question? Yes, please go ahead. But it's a very personal question, no problem. May I ask you, why is it that you are wearing this wedding ring in the wrong finger? The answer came, because I married a wrong man. So I just got reminded of this job. So friends, this before I get started with the session, I would like you all to give a big round of applause for the organizing team. And what I intend to do is talk about human-centric leadership. Little bit of a concept, little bit of ideation, but largely lot of stories, lot of practical examples, and some case studies. And through this conversation, I intend to keep it slightly data-based, practice-based, and at the end of the presentation, I would have something like 10-15 minutes for Q&A. I hope that is okay? Yeah? This leadership, which is human-centric, why is it that we are having this conversation? Is it that it's just kind of trendy, it's fashionable, is it a fad? Because everybody is talking about this, so let's also talk about this. Or there is a reason that it's becoming important even in fact more important now than ever in the past. So let's try and look at what's happening around us, what has happened in the history, what's happening around us now. Essentially, we are talking about the soft aspect of the organization, the culture, talent, people, experiences, and what have you, emotions, aspirations, ambitions of people. How do you really navigate yourself as a leader, as a people manager? So this is a very important classical case study, my friends, and this is based upon a long drawn research which has happened over the last 40-50 years. Started in 1975. The question was, let's try and look at two sets of parameters. Hard stuff, tangible stuff, and the soft stuff. Tangible stuff means, for example, plant and machinery, land, facilities, buildings, offices, products, something which you can feel, you can touch, you can see, something which is visible, something which is tangible. So that's one set of parameters. Second set of parameters is non-tangibles. Non-tangible means culture, reputation, the brand, the talent, your trade secrets, IPR, all the soft aspects. The question was, and that is a question which really is at the center stage of this research. How much is the impact of the tangibles versus intangibles on the fortunes of a company? And when I say fortunes, it means when you look at the market cap, the market performance of the shares of the company, how much is the impact of the softer aspects and how much is the impact of the harder aspects? Tangibles versus non-tangibles. So the first time this research was carried out in 1975. Yeah? Somebody said 70-30, somebody said 50-50. Let's look at the data. So 17% was based upon the intangibles, which is the softer aspects, and 83% was based upon the hard, the tangibles. Right? Let's look at how the numbers panned out. The 17%, the softer aspects, became 32%, and the hard aspects, the tangibles, came down to 68. Any guess how much would have been to change? Kahani abhi aur baki hai. 10 years later, when the study was repeated again, it became 80-20. 2015, similar drift, 84% to 16%.
The panel discussion dived deep into the theme, crafting human-centric workplace, featuring prominent business leaders from Ansel, Kathmandu Fintech, and Adaba, Nepal. And Sulekshana Tamrakar, HR Director at Save the Children International, moderated the panel session. CEO Mr. Jabur from Ansel, founder of Kathmandu Fintech Mr. Sanjeev, and a business head at Adaba, Nepal, shared their insightful thoughts on crafting human-centric workplace. And I must share that it was a good experience participating in the National HR Conference 2024.
And human resources being the biggest asset of the organization. But at the same time, while we were having a chat, I was mentioning that human resources can be a liability as well if it's not managed properly. So you have to really do it in a balanced manner. So at Ansel, obviously many of you know Ansel, not as a...
Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. See you.